All right, so welcome to the 5 for 5 meditation challenge. It's so awesome to see so many amazing faces and souls turn up for this because it's going to be an exciting thing. As we were just having a bit of a pre-chat before, a few people are completely new to this, which is fine. And of course, if anybody who couldn't make it to the live aspect, then the whole point is then we can this is what this video is for, so you're watching back for this as well. And of course, if you are one of those people who are watching the replay and you are new to meditation and you're going, but you know what, I need this, then the whole thing is, please rest assured this is set up and tonight's meditation is designed for exactly you. This is designed for the absolute newbie and to kind of ease you into it. So don't fret, don't stress. I'm going to give you lots of hints and tips along over the course of the next 5 days. Now, the whole point is 5 for 5. It's really simple and straightforward. 5 for 5 is 5 days. You've got to meditate for 5 days in a row. Right. So just everybody who's on screen, just give me a thumbs up if you're okay for 5 days in a row. You're all up for it? Awesome. Okay. I love it. Madison's got the reactions under control there with the thumbs up, even on the screen there. Awesome. Love it. So great to see. So 5 days in a row. Now, the great thing is for you guys, you're getting a real condensed version of what I have done with the Inner Power members. And when we get into Kickstart, you actually have to do 10 days straight and you have to do 10 minutes. So this is a real short. You get a taste test of what it's like, and it's great if you've never done it. But it's 5 minutes for 5 days, except for this very first one. This one's a little bit deeper, so you can get a feel for it and I can help walk you through. And if you have any issues or problems throughout the meditation after this particular video, I can help you with all the questions that you might have had. Now, of course, if you're watching the replay and you're doing this meditation in your own time and you still have issues or questions, that is what the PT group is for. Please drop your questions in there and I'll be seeing that so I can answer them for you. So even though you might not be here live with me, please do not think that you are forgotten or you're left out in the cold. Absolutely not. That's what the PT group is for. So you can jump in there and you can join and ask the questions that you need to. I'm here to help you. I want to help you with this journey. And that is the whole point for 5 for 5, and it gives you a start of it. Now, this first one tonight, so we're taking you through, and for anybody who is watching the replay, you just got to make yourself comfortable at this point, kind of going through it. So I'm just going to give you the brief overview of what the 5 for 5 is and what to expect. And of course, we'll have the meditation, which will last for anywhere between 25 to 40 minutes. And then we're going to have a bit of a debrief afterwards. So for the recording's sake, it's going to incorporate all of that. All right. So that way no one misses out on any of the info. Don't please hang around for the debrief. The debrief is where a lot of amazing stuff comes out. So please hang around for that. Make sure you listen to it, because what you may be thinking or what you have experienced, I guarantee you someone else is experiencing it as well. All right. So the whole point is, so after this one, you're going to have 4 days on your own. And you have to find 5 minutes in your day. Now, that is not a tall order. If you can't find 5 minutes in your day, then guess what? You are struggling. And you really do need to do your best to find your 5 minutes. It's amazing, by taking 5 minutes out of your day to do this, it can change your whole entire day. Now, the reason why I know this is because it has done it for me. It was the simplest of things of starting very small meditations on a daily basis that absolutely changed my day, which ultimately ended up changing my life. And that's what helped to push me go further into my career and obviously end up forming Inner Power and creating this challenge. It's completely, like, I want to say meditation sometimes talk about too much, or there's a lot of misunderstanding around it. And the whole point is I just want to break it down and make it as simple as easy so you can get into it too. Now, the whole point is, I just want to point out, it's 5 days in a row. After that, what you want to do with it is up to you. I can tell you right now, full disclosure, I do not meditate every day. All right. Do not think that you have to meditate every day to be effective meditator. No, meditation is really a good tool to have when you need it and depending on what you want to use it for. So don't think that you need to go off on the side of a mountain and go to really get the massive connections in meditation or get the maximum benefit for connections, right? So it's really important to, understand this. It's just about the whole point of this 5 for 5 is so you can learn, so you can discover, and you can get some aspect and learn more about you and how meditation is going to work for you. The biggest thing is meditation's not a one size or one shoe fits all. You have to take the time to figure out what is going to work for you. That's why 5 days. And in 5 days, you'd be surprised what you can accomplish it and what you can kind of figure out. And I'll take you through all of that. That's going to come via your emails. That's going to come via the PT group. Okay. So just really stay on top of those. And that's me. Please remember. All right. That's okay. Now, the whole point here is now, after tonight, you have 4 days for 5 minutes. Now, it's up to you how you want to do those 5 minutes, but 5 minutes is a relatively short period of time. Because it is a very short period of time, my recommendation for you in that 5 minutes is literally to do it by yourself. You might want to have some background music. That is not a problem. But having a guided meditation, I don't think it's going to be worth your time or effort because you might get sucked in and whatever else. But if 5 minutes is your goal, just to hang in there for 5 minutes, then honestly, bit of background music and do it by yourself. You'll be surprised how quick it goes. If by all means, if you wish to go longer during your 4 days, please do so. Okay. I'm not holding you to 5 minutes and say stop. If you're really enjoying it and all of a sudden you're going, Pete, holy shit, this is amazing. Why haven't I done this earlier? And you're going off with the fairies for an hour. Well done. I implore and go for it. So it's completely up to you how you want to do it. But all I'm asking for you in this challenge is 5 minutes. So work out how that 5 minutes is going to work for you. And I'll give you a whole bunch of hits and tips along the way. So that's what you're setting up for. It has started now. From the moment we got on here, it is starting. This is day number 1. So we are in this now. And the whole thing is, I'm looking at all these. And just so you know, especially for everyone who's turned up here tonight, guess what? I have taken screenshots, so I know exactly who has turned up, and I know exactly who to tag, and I know exactly who to spiritual bitch slap if you do not report in the group. Right? Really important. Now people are going, oh my God. So it doesn't matter with your videos
absolutely.
or not. I've got your names. Okay.
Now we're scared.
Nothing to be scared about. Nothing to be scared about. But the whole point is, it's like, the biggest part of me and the biggest part of the spiritual journey, and meditation is a part of that. That's why it's now the spiritual PT, because just like anything, more often than not, we need a sense of accountability to help us stay on track. We have it for when we go to the gym. We have it for when we want to lose weight. Whether you want to do Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, YouFoods, we have someone or something helping us along the way. But you know what the hardest part is, I've found there's not a great deal of people actually helping people along the way on their spiritual journey. That's what a part of this is for. So yes, I have taken a screenshot. I know what it is. And just in case you are watching the replay and you're thinking, oh my God, glad he hasn't got my name. Got used to you people. You are on the list. And I have your name on the list. So I have everybody's name. So I can keep every single. So if you're thinking of sitting here watching privately in your own time, by clicking the link that you've just received. So
Gotcha.
Exactly right. Catch 22. I've got you as well. You are all on my radar. So it's as simple as that. All right. So this is it. This is your journey. And all I'm going to say to you, 5 days is nothing. 5 days is so short. 5 minutes is really, really short. But do the work. I guarantee you, if you do the work and you show up and you have your questions and you ask your questions, and I'm happy to answer them for you, you will get benefits out of this. You can understand I'm here to help you. So if you do not ask for that help, I can't help you. So that's very important that I want to outlay from the beginning. Right. So without further ado, we are going to jump into our first meditation. So for this and everybody here live and anybody who is watching the replay, this is your chance to really kind of get comfortable. You're going to have a few minutes to get comfortable. You got to find what's going to work for you. Are you going to be preferred to do this laying down? Are you going to be wanting to do this sitting up? However you want to be comfortable. You may want a blanket, okay, because that way you can feel really comfortable. Because like I said, this one is going to go for a little bit longer than 5 minutes. So you do want to be comfortable. You don't want to be getting cold and whatever else. And of course, if you do drift off and you do end up falling asleep, please, by all means, just go back and enjoy the sleep and come back and watch the other stuff later. So this is the chance for everybody who's here. Now I'd ask you to mute yourselves. And I'd like you to switch your videos off. And then we'll kind of get into it. Now, while all of you are going through that side of things, just doing that, awesome. Everybody on page 2 is on fire. Now, while we're doing that as well, just to give you a quick rundown of how this is going to work, because this is ultimately designed for anybody who is new to meditation, we are going to start you off with really getting focused about yourself and your body. So that way, I'm going to take you into a space where you can become very familiar with yourself and you can focus on the feeling first and foremost. I want you to really focus on the feeling. That's going to be the key part of it. Then after approximately 10, 15 minutes of that, I'm going to walk you through. Then I'm going to give you a little bit of a lull. So you won't hear my voice for a little bit. And then hopefully I don't jolt you. And after a few minutes, then I'm just going to push you. I'm just going to push you that little bit more. And you'll just have to follow my voice prompts. And I'm going to take you on a very, very small and short journey. And I just want to see if anything is going to happen for anyone. Okay. So it is now time to get comfortable. All right. Just making sure, just getting it all done for everyone. Okay, I think that's pretty much everyone there. Okay. Cool. So pretty much everyone's there, relaxed. Good to see everybody's in the zone. Okay. And just so everyone knows, I also get in the zone with you as I do this. So I actually do turn off the lights, keep it minimal, and that way I can be there and feel the energy of yourself and the group. Right. If this is the chance to get comfortable in whatever way that you want, okay? And I'd also suggest to you right now that you're getting comfortable and just before we start, just get those last minute wriggles out of the body, wherever those last little twitches, whether it's in your arms or your legs or in your shoulder blades, in your neck, or whatever else, just kind of move it around. You may also start to find at this point, there might be parts of your body that become like itchy in terms of like your feet or your fingers or your arms. This is also quite natural because now you are automatically becoming present. Okay. So that is a really key thing and it really does help you. Cool. So I'm just going through everything here. So yes, so get all that. So if you start to get those little things, you're thinking, why am I so twitchy? Why things like, why is my skin or my fingers getting itchy, your hands? This is quite natural. So it'll be fine. So just go with it. Just give me a second. I'm just going through the list. Get underway very, very soon. And while we're just sorting out these last little bit, I would also just recommend for you now just to come and become more aware, I should say, of your breathing. Breathing is going to be very, very important. And I'll take you through some of it, but just remember that as you do, you can go and do this in your own time. You may find that your cadence is not the same as what I'm talking about. That is fine. It's very important that you do what works for you. Okie dokie. Okay. Nice, relaxed, nice and comfortable. And yes, my voice will drop and my voice will become a little bit deeper to match the relaxing meditation. And here we go. Welcome to the 5 for 5 meditation challenge. This is just going to be a nice and easy introduction to meditation for anyone who is new to it. Of course, there are 2 parts. The first, for you to become aware of yourself and your physical body. And in the second part, I will take you on a very short and simple journey. It is at this point it's important to release all expectations when you are meditating. This is your time and space to just be. It is the time and space for you to commune with your soul, spirit, and the greater universe. And this is your time and space to receive any information that you need to help you with your current life. And now I would like you to really focus on your breathing. If you can, and doing what is comfortable, I would like you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Good. And now exhale slowly through your mouth. Nice. nice energy. Now, in your own time and in your own cadence, repeat breathing in through your nose to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, and breathe out through your mouth. 2, 3, 4. Repeating the process in your own time, in your own cadence. And with each breath that you are taking, you are finding that it is becoming easier to take longer breaths. Longer breaths in and longer breaths out. And now, as you're focusing on these beautiful long breaths, I want you to become aware of your chest and aware of the rise and fall within your chest and belly. Maintaining the nice, long, deep breaths. Feeling, becoming more aware of the rise and fall of your chest and belly. Good. Nice, deep, controlled breaths. Feeling each breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. With each breath out, and as you feel your chest and belly fall from the rise, as it does, you can feel your body getting heavier and heavier with each breath. And with each breath out, and as your body gets heavier and heavier, you can feel the different parts of your body completely relax. I want you to become very aware of your body feeling how heavy it is, how heavy it is in the chair or the bed, wherever you may be, feeling how heavy and relaxed your body is with each breath that you take. And each time you feel heavier, you can sense and feel your breath becoming a beautiful, slow, comfortable cadence, allowing to be completely uniform with your relaxed body. And now we're going to become more aware of our body. And with each breath out, we're going to relax a specific area of our body. And as you breathe out, I want you to focus on your neck. And when you're breathing out, focus on that area of your neck and allow it to relax. And on the next breath out, I want you to focus on your shoulders. And as you breathe out, relax your shoulders. And in the next breath, I want you to focus on your arms, all the way down to your hands and your fingertips. And in the next breath out, relax all of your arms, all the way down to your fingertips, feeling them getting heavier as you do. And now on the next breath, focus on your back, your entire back. And as you breathe out, feel it relax and get heavier and heavier. And on the next breath, focusing on your buttocks and thighs. As you breathe out, allow them to relax, feeling them getting heavier and heavier. And on the next breath, Focusing on your knees all the way down through your calves and shins, through to your feet and the top of your toes. And as you breathe out, feel all of them relax and becoming heavier and heavier in sync with the rest of your body. And in the next breath, I want you to focus on your jaw and your tongue. And as you breathe out, feel them relax and become relaxed like the rest of your body. And on the next breath in, become aware of your whole body. And as you breathe out, allow your whole body once again to relax heavier and heavier, becoming like lead, sinking into the chair, bed or lounge that you are on. And with each breath in, your body relaxes more and more. Now that your body is relaxed, in your mind, I would like you to visualize a box. This box can be any shape or color and size. It doesn't matter what it looks like, but simply visualize a box. Now with that box, I want you to place all of your thoughts, worries and concerns. Place them in that box, one by one. Continue to place all your thoughts, worries and concerns into this box. Take as long as you need to, and it doesn't matter how little or how many. Simply place all your current thoughts, worries and concerns into your box. Allow them to pop up one by one, and when they pop up in your mind, simply with your mind, place them in your box. And once you have completed placing all of your thoughts, worries, and concerns into the box, I want you to close the box and place it to the side, knowing that they are kept safe and are there waiting for you after this journey and after this time for yourself. And once you've placed your box to the side, once again, I want you to become aware of your breathing. And on the exhale, feeling your body relax one level further down. And now for the next 5 minutes, simply allow yourself to be enjoying this beautiful, relaxed state. And should any thoughts pop into your mind, know that you can quickly place them in the box. Listen to the music and allow it to take you. Allow the music and the vibration to filter through your body.
And now that we have had our chance to be, in your mind and in your own words, I want you to call upon your angels, spirit guides, and past loved ones. And as you do, I want you to ask them to draw close to you and your body in this beautiful, blissful state. And in your own time and your own words, ask them to draw close. And as they do, I want you to pay attention to what and how you are feeling as they do. And now that you have asked them to draw close, I want you to ask them, are you there? And as you ask in your mind, your angels, guides, and past loved ones may respond to you. And now I want you to further ask them to let them know they are there via a physical feeling. If you need to, you can ask again, are you there? And let me know by giving me a physical feeling. I want you to pay attention to whatever physical feeling or presences you may experience. If you do, please acknowledge that presence and give thanks. If you don't, that is completely okay and normal. Just acknowledge them being around and giving thanks for them, for being here for you in this moment. And it is now time to give thanks to your angels, guides, and past loved ones for their presence, assistance, and messages. And as you do, you know that you can call on them anytime you need. And now that we have had our time in this place and space, it is time for us to become more aware of our body. I want you to become aware of your breathing once again. And as you do, I want you to start feeling your breathing starting to get a little quicker now. And as your breathing gets a little quicker, you can feel your body start to get less and less heavy, coming more and more to the present. And as you become more and more present, and as your body becomes lighter and lighter, you can feel all of your consciousness coming back into your physical body. Your body getting lighter and lighter, becoming more aware, starting to sense more of the immediate room that you are in. Again, your breathing starts to quicken again by a little bit more. And by now, you are ready to start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, becoming more and more aware of your body. Now your body becoming more aware, stretching and feeling the muscles all in your body. Last but not least, when you are ready, completely normal and conscious and ready to open your eyes, and in your own time, come back to the present. So in your own time, it's time to come back. When you are ready, you can switch back on your video to let me know that you are back. We'll just hold off on the audio for the moment while we wait for most people to come back. Just in your own time. A few weary heads starting to pop up, some bed hair, some wiping of the eyes. Dorothy, looks like you're dabbing your eyes there. Just interesting to see everybody waiting. And that's mean again, if you are deep, if you are tired, you're completely relaxed, that is the purpose. If you're asleep or just come out of it, that is normal. If you want to jump off and continue in the sleep mode, please feel free to do so. I will not be offended. It is quite normal. Yes, a few tears. Luckily, it was muted. We had a few snores. It's the joys of getting into the old meditative space. So it's awesome. So there we go. So I just want to jump in here. It's good. Vera, you don't have mute, so I'm going to ask you first. Just out of curiosity, how long did you think that was?
Oh, geez. Maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes?
That's just a guess.
That's just a guess. Christy Hall, you're new to meditation. What did that feel like for you?
Time-wise,
Yeah.
it was a really long 5 minutes. It felt, like forever.
Oh, how long was it?
Well, believe it or not, that was only just over 30 minutes in total.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It went by quickly. Yeah.
So when you're really in the meditative space, you'll find that the time does, like, it warps. So our mind will compress it because even though it feels like a long time, our mind will go, oh, that felt like 10 minutes. So when you get deeper quicker, it actually, meditation feels shorter. When it feels longer, usually that's our brain really trying to grab onto things and it's trying to process things a little bit too more. So we're not quite deep enough into that state. So that's normal as well. So you can go either way. It can become shorter.
Can I just say thank you for letting me get rid of all those jumbled thoughts. It's thank you.
So you obviously you found that beneficial?
Oh yes. To stop those thoughts, that's what I needed. I've been having a lot of trouble with intrusive thoughts from the different parts of that got developed in my life due to trauma. So I've had a negative part being really abusive and my inner child part crying and being really scared, and my adult part trying to keep everybody on the Vera bus. And the adult me has been trying to make some sort of quiet or peace, and just now that's when I did it, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Beautiful. No, and
so grateful.
You can see out of that though, like, it took a little bit. I wanted to become aware so that way you could just focus on the mind. But believe it or not, that space for you just to do the box and put your thoughts in the box, which obviously was just something that impacted you, which is beautiful. That was 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And if you're here saying to me, that was just so great, that's like, that has helped me so much, that is 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
10 minutes, that's all it takes. And that can help you on an everyday basis. And right there is a benefit. And you can see what happens with that. So knowing that you can avoid and you do not have to put up with that state of being and your state of mind, and it only takes 10 minutes to fix, how does that make you feel?
Awesome. Awesome.
And the great thing is you can come back and do this one as many times as you like. So, whatever else. Christy Hall might, because she's like, that 5 minutes was excruciating. It was so long.
No. It was really beneficial. I loved it. It was more the fact I had a lot that I was processing. And the initial part of it, I felt like I do that every night to get to sleep. I'm already subconsciously doing this, but didn't realize what it was. So I didn't place the thoughts in the box. I usually picture a black wall and just block it. But to physically pick them out and place them was something that I took out of that I don't add, which is probably going to help me sleep really well from now on.
Compartmentalizes your brain.
Yeah, but the presence of the angels and stuff, that was the part that blew me away. But I think
how so?
as soon as we were asking them to draw close, I was already feeling light and happy. I giggled. I could
That's a good thing. Yeah.
could feel them. And I just felt like good. I wasn't asleep, and I wasn't, I don't know, as deep as what you're saying I probably should have got.
No. If you're see, for that, you were as deep as you needed to be.
Yeah. Well, but I think I'm just like that all like day. Anyway, I don't know what that is, but anyway.
That's okay. So you giggled. Just out of curiosity, what did you feel?
So when we then asked for the physical presence, that was when literally the second time I asked, my toe twitched, my big toe, and then it come up to my knee, and that's when I started to cry, and I basically snapped myself out of this meditation after I thanked them, and then you were like, tell them thank you, and I'm like, I've already done that. So yeah. That was really awesome. Thank you.
No, good. No, I'm just really happy you had. So is that a new experience for you, like calling that in that state?
Yeah. I've always understood that they're here, but I've never asked for their presence, and I've never, I don't know, that confirmation was just unreal for me. Yeah, it was cool.
Nah, love it. I love that you've had that experience. And what's really cool about that is that the big thing around it is, I want to point out, is that not everyone is a visualizer. Okay. Now, a lot of guided meditations rely on visualization. So I purposely avoided the visualization tonight and for this exercise for anyone who's new to this, because it is something that it takes a bit of training to get used to train your mind to visualize a lot more. So for this one, but the one thing that we can all do is we can all feel our own body. And that is the most unrated and underutilized way to connect and have a presence and confirmation to let us know that our guides and our angels are around us. And the beautiful thing is that next time you do this, Christy, and anybody else who's had this experience, that you can do that. And when you know that comes in, you know they are there helping you. You know for your fact they're in the room there with you. And I think that is one of the most comforting things that you can ever experience. And no surprise that you were crying because of the fact. So, but that's beautiful. But thank you for sharing. You're on mute there. I can't hear you.
Sorry. The box itself, that was the hardest part to visualize. I don't know whether it had a red bow or a yellow bow. It was like, oh my God, is it just a black box? Just pick a box.
It doesn't matter about the box. But see how now you, again, right there, you highlight such a simple thing. Our brains, because of the way our life is geared in today's society, things are unnecessarily complicated. Why are we stressing about a color of the bow? Why are we stressing when it can be just simple? Give me a bloody brown box. I'll stuff my shit in there and pass it on. Right. So, but it's amazing. We want to see our part of our brain, part of our ego wants to have things perfect. Am I missing something here? So during this process, and the more you practice your box, the more you let go of that and the easier it becomes. Now, I'll also point out for anyone with the box, just out of curiosity, if we can raise hands or just give us a show on the screen. Who else found the box useful here? Yeah, some on there as well. Julie, Ann. Just having a look on the other screen, kind of there. Yep. So with the box, so it compartmentalizes everything's. Sorry, guys. Every time someone puts their hand up, my whole screen changes. I'm like, I'm losing everybody. That's all right. That's cool. But thank you for giving me your hands up. It's really nice to see. The great thing about the box, okay, is that one of the biggest issues with people trying to meditate is they say, my mind doesn't switch off. I don't know how to stop my brain. It's so overactive. The whole point is when you start to relax, your brain will bring up thought after thought after thought after thought. So the whole point of the box is to allow that process to take each one and just go, cool, thank you, cool, thank you, cool. Yep, got it, got that one too. Keep going.
holy shit, there's a lot of thoughts there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And you go for as long as you need to. Now, the great thing is, believe it or not, that particular little part of the meditation is a great exercise. And that's exactly what it is. It's an exercise. It's an exercise for your brain. So the more that you practice that, the quicker and easier it becomes. And the quicker and easier it becomes, the more you are learning to be in a state of simplified mind. And when you're in a space of having a very simple and decluttered mind, that's where the magic really happens. That's when you start to get creative. That's when you start to receive messages and more information from universe and spirit around you. You start to see things clearly. Everything starts to change. And that's why another one of the biggest benefits of it as well. Okay. So that's one of the big things there. Let's have a look. Okay. So one of those big things for you at the same time. All right. So I loved hearing about that. So this is where, does anybody else would like to chat about their experience or ask any particular questions? Feel free to ask away. Where are we? Eva, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, okay. What I used to do before, like, you know, every day pretty much, I kind of imagined that I'm actually floating above Earth. And I'm looking at Earth thinking there's all this trouble, but I'm far away from it. And that sort of helped me a lot, sort of a bit like the box. But when we did it today, so before you started talking about the box, I already did that in my mind. And then it was like, you know, when people do skydiving formation, all of a sudden I saw all these floating people and I kind of reached for them and we sort of all held hands. And then you asked that we should ask the guides and stuff like that, but it happened before that. So I never had that before. So I wonder what that was.
In terms of, so because the collective energy, but again, because you have been training yourself to take yourself to that space, that's why you've gone to that space, because it's just automatic for you. So that's not a problem at all.
So that this time I had these people all of a sudden floating in space, which I never had before.
But have a look at where you are.
What do you mean?
You're on a massive group Zoom with over 70 people meditating with you at the same time.
Yeah, right.
You've got 70 people, 70 souls, energetic souls connecting with you at the same time you are meditating. That is why you're in this space, and because you're up there. And when we are in soul form, which is when we're meditating properly, we're not on Earth. Like, we are part of the whole thing. And that's when you're up there, you were becoming very consciously aware of the soul energies around you. And that's why you're reaching out for them, going, oh my God, everybody else is here. Wow.
It was like the skydiving, you know, like the formation, and they were all in a circle. And this whole thing happened before you started even talking about the box and the guides.
Because everybody's jumping out of the aeroplane with you at the same time.
That's pretty cool.
but see, that's a beautiful thing, because that's the power of collective energy. And the beautiful thing for you, Eva, is you saw and felt that collective energy. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
See, and it always offers new, different experiences for you. You just got to be open for them. So I love that. And you were saying there too that, but when we jumped into calling our angels and guides to come around us quicker, you said that started to happen before I started saying it?
Before you mentioned all the box, all the guides, all the everything beforehand. So I'm like,
that's cool.
This is cool.
No, that's cool.
With lots of people.
Yeah, when that happens, and this might have happened for a few other people on here as well. So you might have had, you might have, it had that same thing. When it cool. When that happens, is that you're actually in flow of the meditation. When you start to do things before the person guiding it says it, you're deep in the meditation. You're in flow with that energy.
That's pretty good.
So if you think of like a massive stream like of water flowing along, it's almost like you're in that stream, you're further along than everybody else, because like you're in the ride, and you're kind of going there going, woohoo, this is cool. And you're like, I did that automatically. I just knew what to do, because you're in flow with the energy. So that's quite normal as well.
Oh, that's good. Awesome.
That's right. There you go. Things explained. Just having a quick look at the chat there, because Mindy, you're saying there, asked for a physical sensation. You got warm sensation on the top of right ear. But yeah, when you get the physical sensation, the cool thing is, I just want to point out too for everyone here, is that with your physical sensation, that can also become what's called a calling card. Right. So when we start connecting with guides and when we start connecting with loved ones, especially in mediumship, we have what we call a calling card, and it lets us know when they are around or when they're wanting to communicate with us. And so when you get a physical sensation, it's great because you know it. And when it's so specific, like the top of your right ear, or it's the top of your big toe, or whatever it may be, you know, then that's a calling card. So you might be laying down, you might be sitting down, you might be focusing, you might even be sitting and watching TV, but all of a sudden, that physical sensation starts to happen without even you like wanting it or knowing it to do. That is your guides and angels jumping around and going, we've got your attention now. We're here. Would you like to have a chat with us? Because we're ready to have a chat with you, whether you like it or not.
And then what do you do?
Then what do you do? That's completely up to you. You can go and eat a packet of chips if you want to. That's up to you. But you know, you could be there because you might be bunching away in your packet of chips and they give you that physical sign. But the whole thing is, see, one of the key things for me when I first opened up was a thing called automatic writing. But when I used to get that physical sensation, that calling card, that was my sign to go off and do automatic writing. That was like they're saying, come sit down, we need to chat. And I do that.
Wow.
For a lot of you, though, because it may not be something that you're into, first step is go off and meditate.
I do a lot of automatic writing.
Who was saying that?
Bizarre.
I'm missing. I'm on the wrong page. Who was
I
saying
don't
that?
I don't know.
Oh, whoever. Sorry, yeah, there you are. You're on the different page. Sorry, I found you now. Sorry. So you do a lot of automatic writing?
Yes, I do. I thought I went to sleep, but when you started talking about the box and that, my fingers started feeling like they were melting together, and they got very hot. Yep. And often when that happens in real life, I usually just start writing because I feel like I thought it was anxiety or something, and I've always been told to do automatic writing when your anxiety's high because it helps release all the stuff that's in you to get it out, kind of thing. So you just blew my mind.
I blow your mind a little bit further.
Oh, what?
That feeling sensation is the furthest thing from anxiety.
Right.
You are actually in full-blown channel. You're receiving the full love and force from the spirit world.
Wow.
Because when we get this sensation of heat within our body, more so, and especially hands, that is what we call healing energy.
Well, they got really hot and they felt like they were like melted together and I couldn't pull them apart. My mind was going, pull these hands apart. And I couldn't do it. And I was but
that's also, when you have that, that's also the magnetism of the spirit world, because you're very, very high energy. And when you're in that space, that's what it's doing. That's why it's like, even though, you're meant to write, like with anxiety, I totally get that. But I can tell you right now what you have been experiencing. You've been in channel. You're just not aware of it. And no one's even been able to tell you that you've been in channel. Right. And that's why you've taught yourself, you've done the right thing by jumping into automatic writing. Absolutely. Yeah. But I'm just letting you know, it's the furthest thing from anxiety. You're actually in channel.
That's interesting. Right. Because I got told it was from, because I've had counselling because I'm going slowly blind. So I lost my job through that. And then I had counselling. So they said, oh, you got this anxiety going on, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I got told about the automatic writing. But I talk to myself all the time.
And
and now I actually think that I talk to, because I've had so many people pass away, I actually talk to them now. I just talk. And no one, like, I didn't feel like there was anyone around me when you said they were coming closer, but I got all this sensation in my hands and I'm like, why can't I pull these apart? And they're getting hot. And it was like, oh, I just freaked out. And then you just said that.
Okay. So like, I'm going to blow your mind a little bit more. Because in the fact, and this is why it's so important to have a debrief and talk about these things, because so many people aren't aware of what they are. And like I said, there's not many people actually out there just willing to help people in this kind of scenario. And I know what it's like because I had to learn all this shit on my own. And it's not easy, right? And it's taken me 20 plus years to get a grasp of it.
Now, really, really sorry to hear that you're going blind.
Yeah,
Now,
I've got retinitis pigmentosa.
Now, what happens when someone loses one sense?
They gain more.
The others become heightened. And because you're aware of that, and your brain is also processing the fact that that is happening to you, why do you think all the extra healing energy is coming into you as well?
Yeah.
And the other thing too is you're going to start to see things in a very different way.
I do already, like I do.
And that's why it's getting heightened, because the more you take away your eyes, why do you think some of the best mediums in the world actually close their eyes when they read?
Okay, did not know that.
Because when we close, like honestly, it heightens our ability to see and trust. And that way we're not distracted by anybody in front of us, and whether they're nodding or going, or yeah. We're there and we're just literally focusing on the spirit, and we can see things with so much more clarity. And it has become so much more heightened, and you hear things and you hear their voice, you can hear their laughter, you get their personality, you really start to blend, and in that case, channel them. And that's what the amazing part is. And that's why you're getting so much of that energy when you're doing that.
Oh, sorry, I'm just getting emotional.
That's okay. You're allowed to, because I feel what you're going through, because it's probably one of the first times that you have someone who can understand possibly what you've been experiencing. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. What's the thing that's just boom? What's the thing that's just hit you?
I think I feel my mum a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away 2 years ago, and my eyesight's gotten really bad over the last 2 years. She went blind, and my grandma went blind, and I was actually really hoping to connect with her at some point before. I've been to one of your groups, and that never happened. But the thing is, yeah, I'm just feeling this overwhelming love.
And that's what it is. And do you know why that she hasn't come through in a group session before?
No.
It's because she's connecting directly with you.
Oh, shit.
And this is the thing that so many people miss, is that, like I say it over and over again, I sound like a broken record, but our loved ones want to connect directly with us. But so often we miss what's already there, and you're receiving it in like spades. And I love the fact that even just by working through this tonight and having this conversation, it's helped you to realize that you have a beautiful connection with your mum in spirit. Becomes life-changing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If I was a bit closer, I'd give you a big hug right now. But I'll give you a virtual one. And so now you'll know to really work with it. Fiona, welcome to the group.
Oh my God.
We have a lot of this in a power, don't we, Fiona? We go through quite a I like that, Sandra. This is what we do.
I hope you keep this up so I can use it again and again.
You'll get the link and you can come back and you can do it as many times as you need to.
Cool, thanks.
That's all right. So, but what a beautiful way to lead yourself into it and to gain so much understanding about what you're experiencing and what you're going through.
Thank you.
And can I just point out, you know how that has happened? You know why it's happened? Because you turned up. That's where it starts. No, but you're here. You still turned up. And here's the thing. I can only hold 100 people on this meeting. There are over 200 that actually signed up for this. No such thing as coincidence.
Thank you.
And you turned up, and that's the big thing.
a cat.
That's all right. They love the
So-
energy. They love the energy. That's all right. So I'm happy. I'm really, really happy for you. I'm happy that you've got a lot out of just this one meditation
I did.
and debrief.
Thank you so much. Wow.
That's all right. My pleasure. All right. So Rachel, Oliver, I've got your video back on. Did you have your hand up? You want to ask a question?
Yeah, no, I just had my hand up because I couldn't get the video. You blocked me out.
I don't know how I did that. I think it just probably hit the mute or something, but then I don't know, maybe something's happened there, but we got it back. That's the main thing.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, that was my first go at meditation as well. So
okay.
I'm also
and how did you go? Let's have a rundown. I want to hear.
Okay, I went. I struggled a little bit at first. Yep. I found it very interesting during the meditation that I was actually quite still. I suffer from early onset Parkinson's disease. So for me, being still is quite a luxury. So that was really, that really shocked me that I'm about to run out of my medication and I'm actually quite still, and I'm actually sitting here drawing, which is quite unusual for me if I don't have drugs in my system for Parkinson's. So
wow.
I was kind of shocked and a little bit amazed that I could actually put myself into that state. That's the first time I've ever meditated. So I was pretty impressed.
And what an amazing result.
It was absolutely fabulous. The only other time I'm ever still outside of taking medication is when I draw or when I paint, which is a new skill. And I actually found that in that little bit of medication. So
I love this. And can I blow your mind?
Sorry?
Can I blow your mind now?
Yes, please.
So you just said, okay, with the early onset of Parkinson's, the only other time that you can remain still is when you're drawing or painting.
And if I have a lot of drugs in my system for the Parkinson's, yeah.
Yep, I get that. But the whole thing is when you're doing creative work like drawing and painting, believe it or not, you actually jump into a meditative state.
I definitely realize now, I'm starting to realize that that's what I'm doing. And it takes me to a place where my symptoms can be put aside, basically, which is kind of amazing. The brain is an amazing power.
It is.
You know, I didn't sort of realize until I was faced with this condition and learnt how to focus my energy into something that I really enjoyed. And I actually just got that then from your meditation, which was super impressive.
No, and honestly, I'm so happy for you. And it is. It's like, and I love that. And what you're physically experiencing going through, it just massively validates what I say to people. We have to find time for things that help us get us into the happy space. We've got to get into the happy space, and because that's when we're so stressed and we're so busy. Hence the 5 for 5 meditation challenge. When most people say, "I'd love to, but I don't have time for that." Well, you know, it's like if that's the case, you need to make time for it. They're the people who need it.
I was super nervous about coming on here because I do shake and tremor quite a bit, and sitting still in front of a camera was kind of a bit daunting for me. And to be able to do that, you know, was a really nice place to be. So.
Oh, well, you know what? Again, I love the fact that you showed up, you gave it a go, you found a result, and it may be just another little tool in your tool belt to help you and work with it and assist with all of that. And I can see a massive combination between all three: meditating, drawing, painting. If you do them all, you'd be surprised what you're going to end up getting. So it's amazing. So did you, I finally, sorry, I'm a bit slow. I'm looking, can you please show us that drawing? Because I think you've all caught our attention now.
Oh, the one that I'm doing?
Yes.
Please.
Started this just before you came online so that I could calm my central nervous system a little bit, so I didn't shake so much. So
wow.
Okay, I'm jello right now. Like
I'm only learning. So.
Are
you using charcoal?
That's willow chalk. Yeah, willow chalk. So I only started drawing and painting a couple of years ago after I was diagnosed with Parkinson's. I just saw, a little piece on painting for Parkinson's, and I thought I'd give it a go. So it's been a fabulous therapy for me. Yeah.
No, and I love it. And that's a big testament to you. Again, showing up, trying new things, figuring things out, not allowing life to come at you. You're taking life.
No,
And
exactly.
beautiful.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, thank you so much for sharing your experience and obviously, and I love it, sharing everything, and then your drawing as well. Honestly, I'm thinking if they just started, you're still learning. I'm like, oh my God, that's like amazing.
Yes. And I would like to give a shout out to my friend Linda Green, who's in the group. She encouraged me to join and have a little go tonight. So thank you, Linda.
There you go. Yes, and I saw the comment from there from Linda Green. She's, yay, I'm so happy for you.
I'm so excited.
Hello.
Nah, I love it. Nah, but thank you so much, and I'm glad that you did manage to feel and get a benefit out of it, and hopefully it can assist you moving forward. And you can find it's just going to be about learning and discovering what works for you.
Definitely. And I will be meditating tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Someone's up for the challenge. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And I love it. First time working through it, and there's a benefit there for you as well. So that is cool. Now just have a look at this. Christy, we just spoke. Have you just dropped your video? Have you? And then we've got Lynette Golding. I'm just looking at the hands that are up. Did you put your hand up again, Christy? Boy, not. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. Lynette Golding, did you want to ask a question? Because you got your hand up, just making sure.
It's Christy, but I just forgot to put mine down.
That's okay. No, that's right. No, but I'm looking at Lynette. Lynette said, I'm not sure because some people might have put it up in reference to something else. Just making sure where it needs to be.
Hey.
Yes, Jody.
It's Rachel.
Oh, Rachel. Yes, sorry.
Hi. That's okay. My camera's muted, but I was just wanting to know.
Oh, hang on. We can change that. Give me a second.
Hi.
There we go.
Sorry. I don't remember anything about a box. Was I asleep or?
You probably that happens. You're allowed to. You can. So in meditation, what happens is it's quite like common to actually bounce up and down. Okay, because we change different states of our brain waves, and so there will be, because I was relaxing you with the body a lot of the time, you would find that, and then all of a sudden you could have been very like deep. And then box, what box? Let's bypass the box. And all of a sudden now angels and God, you're like, oh, okay, cool. What's this? And then you come up and it's like that. So what was the thing that you remember? Like, if you don't remember the box, what was the thing that you do remember?
Just being super relaxed. And I think I might have fallen asleep.
Yeah. And you had a power
nap. I remember up to you saying like guide them in. So I was trying to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh God. And I woke up like my eyes and I was like a bit freaked out.
Freaked out why?
Just because I wanted to see something visually, but I should have probably just kept my eyes closed, maybe.
But remember, even in this meditation, if you were listening to the words, I wasn't asking for anything visually.
I know.
Because what happens is exactly the reason why I stayed away from the visualization is because as soon as we start to look at visualization too much, there's too much expectation, and people, the ego, the conscious mind jumps back in and wants to drive and saying, should I be seeing like a being, like I see you and me? There should be someone at the end of the bed, or should be someone sitting on the edge of the bed? Should they be floating above me? What should they be doing? Like, what should I see? So that part of the brain stuffs everything up. And we need to get rid of that part of the brain. And the easiest way is just to stay with feeling. Yeah. So that's probably part of the reason why. That's where it's like, so next time, like that's why it's just jumping in and just having a look at, looking at it and go, right, I just got to feel first and build it up. And then you can get to work to the visuals.
Cool. Thank you.
That's all right. Do you usually struggle? Have you tried meditation before?
Yeah, I do it with like a few apps like Headspace and a few other different apps, morning and night to go to sleep and when I wake up.
Okay. See, right there is the perfect reason why you have dropped in, because you are training your brain to use meditation as a sedation technique. That's where you're training your brain to go, oh, meditation.
Right? That's the biggest thing, because you've trained yourself to do that for that purpose. And therefore your brain goes, here's the word meditation. You automatically think sleep. That's what's happening.
Wait.
Yeah. Perfect explanation of why you went deep and you dropped.
Yeah.
Because you've been practicing that way. But see how the different reasons, right? So this is the one thing. Here's the pot of gold I'm going to share with you, all of you that are here, because it's not something that I share in the emails. And this is the number one thing, right? The number one thing that I want to point out to every single one of you is that the key to meditation is your intention. Please, that is the most thing that I have found in all the books and all the people we talk about. You can have all the science that you want, but there is one key element that is missing, and that is intention. So, and Rachel, you highlight that perfectly by the fact that for a lot of your meditation, your intention was, I need to relax and sleep. And that's perfect. You have, with that intention, with meditation, you have nailed that. And therefore, when you jump into that state, or you hear the word meditation, or you start doing it, that's where you go. You have trained your brain to do that. So that is your intention. So that's a really key thing. But what you've got to understand is that there are so many different intentions for when you meditate. And this is another big mistake where people stuff up. Without your intention, you will end up meditating and you're not even knowing what for. So the great thing is, Rachel, you're having success with meditation for sleeping because you know what you're wanting out of it. That's your intention. Most people who start meditation give up and say, my mind's too busy. Oh, this is not working. I don't get anything, because they don't know what they want out of it, or they don't know why they're doing it to begin with. They're going, I know it's good for me. Just because it's good for you, man, I know celery is good for me, but do I eat it? No. Right? So, you know what I mean? Like, we've got to put this in perspective and attention. So you have to be mindful. And this is the number one thing I want you to remember as you complete this challenge. It's very important for you to remember what you're doing it for. Over the next 4 days, even for 5 minutes, if you can stretch for a bit longer, you'll get more out of it. But even just mix it up a little bit. You can say, hey, I want to try it for sleep. No, I wanted to clear my mind. Okay. Hence, do the box one. Just relax yourself, focus on your breathing, and do the box. That is clearing your mind. If that is your intention, you will find the box exercise becomes far more powerful than what it was tonight, because you're purely focusing your intentions on that. The other thing too is there's heaps of different ones that you can use. You can do it to cleanse your body, cleanse your energy, cleanse your soul. As you can see there, I gave you 2 types. We gave you the relaxation one in the first part of this one. And then my intention was to allow you to physically feel and connect with your guides and angels in the second half. That was the intention of the second half. And that's why I purposely gave a 5-minute gap, because I needed to take you into different modes. The intention was very, very different. So even when you practice the 5 for 5 and you do this, you can have one of the 5 for 5s and go, you know what? I want to get that physical feeling again, like we did in that meditation. And you can set the intention to connect more. Do you see how powerful intention and how important it plays when you're doing this? Because if you do not know why you're meditating, it will not work. It is no different to like, having Rachel there before, like, and going, you know what, if you have a blank canvas and you're going, I'm going to draw something, but if you don't even think about it, you will end up drawing nothing. You might put a line here, you might put a line there, like what's going on, but you kind of get bored of it and going, I'll have to come back and look at this later. So intention is so, so important. All right. And that is the last parting words that I want to leave you with. Okay, on this call. I know, because I'm just getting aware of the time, and I know it's getting late for some people as well, and I'm also have to do it, but I just want to say a big thank you to everyone. And of course, if you still have any questions or queries, or you want to share your experience about your meditation tonight, and of course, if you're watching the replay, please post it in the group. If you have questions, please post in the group. I will see it. I'll answer the best I can. If there's a common theme, I will jump on and do a live video. So also keep an eye out for the lives, because sometimes it's just easier for me to get on a video and explain it via voice rather than typing you a long bloody essay. So please be aware of that. So if anybody has any experiences, any further questions that they'd like to do, I apologize, I can't get onto it here, but that is what the group is for. But now you have the next 4 days. So what's going to be important is setting that up. You're going to have to focus on what intention you're doing it for. And the other thing too is really keep an eye out for the emails, because we've got hints, tips, and more links coming to you via email to help you with this challenge. So stay on top of it. Remember, the more you get put into this and the more that you ask and interact, the more you'll get out of it. It's completely up to you. All right. So just wanted to say big thank you. And of course, looking forward to connecting with you all on the group.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
everyone.
Anita.
Thank you.